So looking back to the things that we saw with our friends, they went to a very fun trip. And since I got the inspiration from that, we're going to be drawing an image of that. So by doing that, you can grab a pencil, you can grab a coloring, or even a marker, whatever that you want, but just having something to start with. So with a pencil. So let's see. They first started with evaporation. So we're gonna make a sun. Hopefully, where's the top of the corner? Okay. Seems like over here is where you can see. Okay. Well, we're gonna be starting with our sun. You can do it however you want, but I'm going to start with a big circle. If you can see that. Okay. So then we're gonna be starting to do a lot of things. We can start adding flames since it's really hot over there. So I'm gonna start drawing flames all around, and it's gonna be a cute sun. I'm drawing out of that. So just remember, this is just a sketch. By the way, we're gonna color it later if you would like, or you can start using the colors. It's up to you, however you want to start. But I'm starting with a sketch right now. And well, he doesn't have a lot of shape to him. So what I like to do is give him a face. I'll give him some sunglasses because he's really cool. And a big smile. Look at him. Isn't he so happy? So we got our sun here. And if you would like, we can start coloring him in, unless you guys want to do it later. Do you guys want to do it later or for right now? All right. So, then since we got our sun over here, we should start drawing some clouds around here. So by drawing a cloud, you can just make simple circles around, having it flat on the ground at the bottom and making a lot of bubbles to create that. Oh, you can't see that. I'm so sorry. Okay. So I like making mine flat at the bottom and then adding them very bubbly because they're very cute. You can make them in other forms too, because a lot of clouds come in different shapes and forms. But again, it's how you would like to draw them. You don't need to follow how I draw them. You could just do however you like. Well, don't they look cute? Okay. So these are going to be our clouds. Thinking about it, we don't have any land at the bottom. So let's see. We could draw a hill here, going down. Maybe the ocean should be around here. Yeah, isn't it nice? So I'm gonna name him my son. Cloud over here. Another cloud. Brown. The ocean. So we can start making animals here, a tree on the ground. You can make it flat, you can make it going down, you can make the ocean going like that, but I want to draw a tree. And by drawing a tree, you can start making it look bubbly like that. And then dragging down, making a shape, but also making it like a trunk. Oh, he's going to fall, but not really. So with my eraser, I'm going to erase a part and add branches. Because a tree wouldn't be a tree without branches, right? Let's add a few more. We add some little leaves coming out. Ew, Maybe a squirrel should live in it. It has its home in there. The little squirrel lives here. Oh, he eats a lot, but he's happy. Maybe we should make some birds too. Wow, isn't that great? But we have a lot of places over here. So let's make a hill, another hill, another one. So it goes, whoosh, and then this ocean is here. But looking at the ocean, it's very empty. We don't have anything. So I want to start drawing maybe some kelp, seaweed at the bottom, something very slimy. Have you guys ever touched seaweed in the ocean when you guys went there? I sure did. It goes all the way on my legs. It feels so slimy and gross. But it's very much food for the animals at the bottom. So for the seaweed that I'm doing, I'm just drawing squiggly lines and then drawing a line in the middle. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect because they're not perfect. They're all very different shapes. But let's see. We should definitely add some rocks around. Of course, rocks are not perfect. They're all different shapes. We can make big ones, small ones, even ones stacking up. Wow. In the rocks, a lot of times that you see is sea stars, snails, and those type of animals, they live over here, even clams, oysters too. So I want to draw a star, well, a sea star. Yeah. And looking at the sea star, it sticks onto the rocks when the ocean is going in and out. And the reason is why, because of their 2 feet. So I'm going to add some little bumps at the bottom. I don't know if you can see that. Let me zoom it up. Oh, sorry. But it's right here. You can see the 2 feet, and it's very much how they stick together. He looks very happy. We should make him another friend. We can go. But we don't have any fish. So we're gonna draw our friend that we saw in the skit. Today, he was a clownfish. You guys know what clownfish? I know for one. Do you want to name it? You can name it. Just unmute yourself. Yes, you can go.
Clownfish, you can know it is by watching Finding Nemo.
Exactly. Do you like Finding Nemo? It's a very great movie.
And Finding Dory.
Yes, I love that both. Very nice. I liked it. I'm gonna draw a big shark over here. But of course, he's gonna be friendly. Because, of course. So by drawing the shark, we can see it has a lot of fins. And we're gonna draw a fin up here. That's a dorsal fin. And the fin at the bottom here. They have 2 fins, keep in mind, to swim. It's mostly more flat. Instead of like fishes, they have a more like flexible fin. Instead of sharks, they have a more stiff fin. And that's why he's going to be a little bit more fancy. Because why not? Let's give him a top hat too. Of course, this is all your imagination. It doesn't have to be not completely realistic, but a little bit. So instead of fins, Instead of the gills, they don't have 3. Wait, they have at least 5. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's get it. Okay. And a lot of hills. We should draw a little bit more into details with the grass. But since this cloud, it's feeling very cloudy. It's gonna be pouring rain. By making droplets, you can swoop at the bottom, making it very thin at the top, swooping it, dragging the other one, and swooping it down. You can make small ones, big ones, however you like, and how many you like to. Now looking at this, we see the clouds, see this, see that. But let's make a pond here. I want to make a pond with a little bit of ducks over here. Can you see them? Is there? So with the ducks, they're gonna be going into their house and eat bread. We have a mama bird, a mama duck, and her little babies. And they're following her because she is the queen, and those are her little kids. In the pond that we see, we're gonna see a lot of like more smaller fish instead of like the big ones, more of those sea stars and all that. We're gonna see a lot of more tiny fish swimming. Oh well, this sums up our sketch. Isn't that great? You guys might not be finished. It's completely okay. No rush, but I'm going to start coloring. For my son, I'm going to be coloring him orange and yellow. You can also bring a little bit of red also if you would like, but I'm just going to stick with these 2 colors. Maybe I'll use red, but it's a little bit too bright for me. And also a little bit black because of his sunglasses. So now what I want to do, I like to trace over things, like over my drawings. As you see, he's pretty cool. He is very cool, a very cool sun. So I'm gonna color his shades in because he's so cool. In the sun, imagine you're so huge in the solar system. Like wow. I can't believe the wow is that big. So now I'm gonna start with my yellow. Oh, it's not too bright, but it's okay. We'll make do. You can start coloring him in yellow. Look at him go. Even add a little bit of orange lightly just to make his very majestic, beautiful, hot, steaming skin pop out more. Looks like he's blushing. So now with the orange, I'm going to go over with the flames. And, trace them. Doesn't have to be perfect, but I like a messy sketch. It's so much pretty. I personally love it because it just brings out a style into it. You can color in the lines, you can go out of the lines, it is completely okay. Doesn't have to be perfect. Because nobody is perfect. Now I'm gonna go a little bit with the red, maybe color in the orange. Give it a little bit more color, just the same thing what we did with the yellow. He has a tongue, so with the red, I'm going to color in his tongue. But now he has an empty space. I'm going to fill that in with black. Oh, look at that. Look at my son. How are you guys' drawings going? Look at him. He's so cool. I want to see yours now. Because you're saying it's terrible. I don't think so. I think it's really good. So, well, I'm gonna definitely keep you white, but I am going to color in your eyes. Let's see if you can guys see. Yes, you can. I'm going to color in his eyes because I want to give him that big smile that he had. And go over the sketch now. Look at that. So now I'm going to go onto my tree and I'll color him later. Well, for these two, I'm going to use, for the leaves, I'm going to use this very dark green as we see, and a light green. It's Crayola, guys. So what I like to do is when I'm mostly drawing the things and I'm sketching it, I like to go over the dark ones first, going on the outside. I'll tell you guys why. When I started learning drawing, it's like you can use this on the outside, but I don't know. It depends on how you want to. Here, I'll show you guys. Like I'll do half and half. Let's see how it looks. Oh, that actually looks pretty. You know what? I'll start doing this. So start half and half. Let's color in that. So when I started like coloring stuff, I used to do this. And let's say I wanted to give it a little bit more greenish. Oh wait, it actually gives pigment. I didn't think so. That's nice. Okay, well, let's give you a little bit more color. Fill you in a little bit. And give it color. Wow, you can see the difference on that. Now with the brown, I'm going to be going over with my squirrel over here and the branches. So with this, I'm going to be coloring with the branches. Going like that, going like that, that, and under having that circle, but since it's really dark in there, since the squirrel made it, and it has full with food, because they eventually are going to hibernate. I look so happy. So with the brown, I'm going to color in my tree. Make it like this. I'm going to go very lightly because I'm going to show you some details. So with the details, I'm going to grab a little bit of black and start making lines to make it more like the bark on it, if that makes sense. And look at that. Look at that tree. So now with the blue, I'm going to go over with my blue, very nice bird. I'm gonna get a little bit of yellow for the beak. And I'm gonna grab black and color his eye. Go over my sketch. Look at that. Doesn't that look nice? Looks like the logo of Twitter. That's funny. So with this cloud, he seems very happy, but he's actually boring. He's boring. So with this, maybe I'll grab like the purple and let's see how this goes. We're gonna wing it. Funny joke. So with the purple, I'm going to fill him in like that. Maybe get the more darker blue. Wait, sorry, I want you to see. This is blue, I'm not kidding. Yes, it looks like the same. I promise you it's not. Oh wow, it does look the same. Well, anyway, this is blue. And I'm going to fill this in. You see, it's a different color. I'm telling you guys. I promise for that line. So now he's going to be colored in. Now I'm going to get black and go over my sketch that I did with him. Oh, now if we remember, we did our sun, our clouds, or two clouds. But he's raining, he's pouring. Wait, what was the blue? I need the blue. Okay. So with the blue, I'm just going to go over the lines. Woo. With tiers, you can well, not tiers, or rain. I'm going to do this. Grab the lighter blue. Go into over that. Oh wait, that's not raindrop. That's that. Okay. So now let's go do the hill right now. Again, I'm going to grab my darker green. I'm going to go over my lines with it because the lighter shade is going to go over it. And I'm just making some details in the grass. Maybe there could be like a skull over here. Oh my god, they could fall in love. We should do that. We should definitely do that. I think we should. But now we're gonna color this. Whoa! You see that speed? Wow. I'm gonna color in this. Okay. Look at that. Ah! Wow. I'm gonna grab the brown now if I can find it. There we go. Found my brown. I'm going to make a little other squirrel over here. Wait, they have a more longer tail, I just remembered. So he's having a more fluffier tail. Because there's squirrels. I'm gonna color in and give them a face. And then with my red crayon, they're gonna have a little heart over it because they're in love. Very happy. So with the ground, we're gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna go tracing over this. And I'm gonna stop right there. And then start coloring, making sure I don't color in my ducks because there are going to be a different color. And then just color in. Wow. She is queen. You can give her a name. You guys can give me name suggestions. Same thing with the sea stars. Just the island. Oh. Where is the ball? Oh, I found it. So with the blue, I'm going to start going over on being careful with her tiara, tiara, and coloring in the pond. Making sure to be careful with my fishes because I want them to be a different color. Wow, it is coming to life. Very beautiful. Mm, they should be orange. Wow, they are very happy. Now with my ducks, they're going to be yellow because ducks are very yellowish. There you go, you can see them. But with her crown, since she's going to be yellow, I'm going to make it orange. Just to get that out of the way. Maybe I'll make her kids look yellowish more because they're more babyish. You're not. Let's make you brown. How about that? Yeah. And then make the beak yellowish. With the beaks orange for you guys. There we go. We have our ducks following. It looks like a chicken. Give me a second. Okay. So since we don't have a gray color, wait, I do, but I have watercolors. So so with the paintbrush, I hope I don't. I'm just gonna grab a little bit of water. Pictures. This should be okay. If it doesn't work, then we'll move on. Did it get color? I am not sure. Is it? Yes, it is. Oh, so I'm going to color in the more bigger spaces with this. Oh, okay. So I guess we need to add more water to this. Look at that. Better work is- We need a little bit more water for this. And since we have a little bit of company over here, I'm just going to leave that as that and then clean the paintbrush. We don't need that to be very messy. So we're gonna wait for that to dry. Meanwhile, we're waiting for that to dry. We're going to move on to our clownfish. If we remember well, our clownfish is very yellow. Ooh, we should make a coral because he lives in there. Now with the black, I'm going to outline him. And fill in the black spots in his eye. Now with this guy, I'm going to use the black pencil and go over it. And since he has a very cool eyeglass, we're going to use the yellow because it's very cool. And color those in. His top hat is going to be purple because people wear fancy stuff. Coloring it purple. So since we don't have a very gray color, we're gonna make a gray color. And by using, of course, the black pencil. But by doing that, we're just gently gonna go over it. And you can start seeing how gray it starts to look. But carefully going around, fill in his eye. There we go. Ah! And then moving to the big spot. Same thing with the rocks over here. They're very more smaller, so you can't see them a lot. I'm just going to fill them in. With this big one, since they're laying here, I'm going to carefully put a little bit of this. Since they're in the ocean, just to have it a little bit blue in it. Just to make sure you guys don't think they're outside and dying. And look at that. So now with the seaweed, same thing. Going with the lines over again. Maybe I should like erase just a sketch. They definitely are a little bit. Just a bit, but I still have them there. Oh. Oh. Okay. Now we can clear that out. And then going over the seaweed again. Oh. This should make some sense. With this too, I'm gonna color with the light one and color in inside. That is taking forever. So, using a marker, I'm going to try my best. Oh, okay. I'm gonna color in my sea stars. Oh, it's a very nice blue. Does anyone know a sea star that is pink, at least? Because I can name one. You don't know one? I can name you Patrick Star. If you know from him, he's from SpongeBob. A very great person. I really like him. And I'm just gonna color in the 2 feet because they are stuck into it. Well, they're not. They can move. Right now, they're stuck. Going back to the watercolors, I'm going to use this color. Hopefully it dries. Because I'm not sure. It is very light. You can't see that. Yes, you can. I lied. Maybe because it has too much water? Probably. No, it's just that light. Up the water? All right, I have a question for you both. Would you like to be a marine animal or a land animal? You want to answer? You can answer. You can unmute yourself.
I want to be a land animal because a lot of sea animals get killed by people. Like tries to like catch. A lot of people tries to like catch the animals and kill them. So I want to be a land animal and be a monkey.
Okay, so let's say we were to take all of those people away. Like there's no more fishing, no more nothing. Just those animals are living free in the wild. Would you still be a land animal at that point? Because everything is away. Like there's nobody there to hurt them. I would definitely become like an ocean animal. And I'll tell you what animal I would be. I would definitely be a turtle, a sea turtle. They're just more, they can swim with their flippers. Very nice. Very calming. Okay, so now I'm done coloring in my ocean. So now we're going to be starting the actual reason why we drew all of this. So, do you guys know why we drew all of this? You can answer.
To show like what it looks like outside and like all of the animals. To show all the animals and what we have outside.
Okay, yeah, you're right. But looking back, our friends, what they did, they were talking about the 4 steps, if you remember about it. Do you remember? It's okay if you don't. No. It's perfectly fine if you didn't. Oh, I'm getting completely wet. I'm going to see if I got a gray color in here. I don't. But I'm going to use this purple, and I'm going to show you the all steps of evaporation, condensation, precipitation, and then runoff. So we're going to be starting with evaporation again. So looking at our pond, our ducks are living in it. Since it's gas, it's gonna be air. I mean, it's water. And it's gonna turn into gas. So it's gonna be turning into gas, and that gas is gonna be going. Since the sun is hitting the pond, it's gonna be evaporating. Going to be evaporating over to our cloud. Yeah, I think. So the evaporation goes into the cloud, and that cloud turns. Ooh, it's so I'm gonna write over here. Hopefully you can see. I'm going to write evaporation. My handwriting is so terrible, but it's okay. So evaporation goes into the clouds, and the cloud starts to start having all the air going into it. So all that water is inside of the cloud. You don't need to do this. I'm just showing you. So it's all stuck together in the condensation, as we all talked about it. And then it goes into this form. It's about to start raining, and that's when we see all of this. And let me actually write it over here. Condensation over here. Just to make sure you guys remember. It's getting wet. So now we got precipitation over here, because it's all coming down. I don't know what to write you. Let's write you over here. I definitely wrote that wrong. So all that water is coming down, going down, going down, going down into the ocean. So, do you guys want to take the last guess for it? Okay. So this is going to be called run off. So now we did all our steps. And of course, if you want to, you can add your name at the bottom. Oh wow,